Gresh unleashed. One time for the sickos. I'm all elite with the game from the get-go. Ain't full of no stardust, I'm a real nightmare, bruh. You can meet me at the crossroads. Business is booming, I feel like the hearse in the kid, and they tell me don't hurt anybody. I'm way too fly like Kevin, I could do this all night. Step back, it's a private party, I'm more dirty than dumb with the way I live. No saint like Ricky with the vibes I give. Looking at my watch, it's about that time. When I hit him with the toodles, it's a lot like Tiff. Might as well call me Tony. They don't even know that I'm timeless. AJ Francis, all I really know is first class. $1 million man, 2 prices. You ain't even over. Shout out to my dogs like Bron. Baby, I'm a limit breaker. You were just a death rider. Can't rest in peace. I saved that for the Undertaker. Proceed with caution, but you ain't Naomi. Can't book the team. Your name must be Tony. IWC say you got to go. I like Jermaine and Gresh. Run it. Let's start the show. Cool kids step to the front. Cool kids. Too sweet sign for the click. Gotta get the people what they want. Gotta get eradicate quick. Yeah, I'm like Seth with the outfits. Coming in hot too live on your outlets. Running these streets like the prophets. Thank God for the new day. Can't stop it. Jay Uso with the yeet. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with the price on the tag like Javon on the young OG. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bringing content on the daily. Feeling like Gresh unleashed.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the Gresh Unleashed podcast. This is episode 132 of the show that brings you the good vibes to the best of our abilities. Joining you as always is the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, Gresh. And joining me for the very first time is a frequent friend of literally the familia, because she is always saying, not this. She is none other than Ciara Reid. Yes. Yes. I want to make sure, because I'm a little challenged in some department.
Everybody always gets it wrong. Sure.
That's why I looked at you. I was like, she's gonna give me in the face if I said it wrong.
Shut up. You is not challenged. You is not as challenged.
She's like, not this.
Stop it.
Stop
it. I usually get everybody butcher my first name.
What do you used to call it, Ciara?
I get people butchering my first name. I've been called. I've been called Claire, Clara, Ciara, Kara, Kristen.
Where did Kristen come from?
I don't know. I just let people.
So I'm no longer challenged. Y'all are challenged. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, I just let people think what they want, and I just don't respond.
Kristen,
that's really what it be. Listen, I had a boss that mistaken me and called me one day Francine, and I'm still trying to figure out who the hell is Francine.
He was watching Arthur. There's no way.
So, I mean, I'm an Arthur fan, but I mean, like, it was just like
he had to be.
I was just like, I don't even look like a Francine. Like, there is no F in this name. Like, no.
Francine.
Like, howdy, friend. Yes, I'm not chastising you in the chat room. I'm chastising you first.
I can't say too much because I've been called Joseph, John,
Joseph,
Jacob, and my personal favorite, David. They gave me a whole ass name. It's like the last 3 I respect, because I'm like, you kept it biblical because Joshua is biblical,
right?
But how did you get David when I've told you my name is Joshua?
My thing is, it's like, how do you get a D from a J? Two different sounds. D makes a duh sound. J makes a just sound.
Syllables,
it's right there. Like, that just lets me know, like, we're in the age of almost everybody around us is dumb, but it really highlights that we actually dealt with some people that was really dumb, but we didn't know they was dumb. But now we see that they dumb, and it doesn't help.
Damn you, George
Help
Bush.
us.
Damn you. Because some children should not have been left behind. They should just been
Jesus
kicked
loves
out.
all the little children.
Because every time
I
experience life, I think of that one tweet I saw where someone said, no one got left behind. It's just everybody graduated. Now they've been pushed into the world with the rest of us.
I can agree with that because I remember when they started doing that whole, I don't know if they'd had this in your school, but my school, they had the whole banner of no child left behind. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but we need to leave some of them behind. Because I can tell you which ones need to be left behind. Ain't no fixing with that. But when they started putting that around, and it was like, okay, I get it. But at the same time,
No, I don't feel bad calling people bullyhead now.
I don't either, but it's when you sit there and have half your class that's kicked out of school because they don't want to listen and whatever. And then when you have your senior class, when y'all come in and put on your cap and gown, and then you see these people you ain't seen since the 6th grade, you just like, hold on. So they graduate? Are you sure? Because I have not seen them put nothing together academically that says they need to be.
The funny thing is, I have a good poker face from the nose down.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will not budge, but my eyes tell the entire story.
Right.
My eyes, I'll be like,
mm-hmm.
You sure?
Oh no, my face says how I'm feeling.
Like I'll look like it'll poke out and be like, are you sure?
I can't help it.
You sure?
My face shows how I'm feeling. It's in every picture that anybody's gotten of me off guard. You can see my face where I'm just like, girl, I don't know. Don't do that. Help. And then there's times where you can sit there and look at me and be like, she's saying not this. Because I'm just like, not this.
Speaking of not this, Becky Lynch hit CM Punk in the dick. I was trying to find a transition. That's the first one that came out.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with
it. No, you're good. You did good. Yeah, that was interesting. I guess they're doing the whole Bex and Seth are the power couple of WWE. I guess they're doing that, but I don't know. I feel like I kind of like when they kind of have them interact as, the couple, because we all know they're together. Like they reference each other, all that stuff, right? Yeah, they got a human exists, right? So I love that they do that. I like that nowadays the company has pretty much made it okay and normalized that people are in couples, whereas years ago it used to be like, don't show that on camera. We got to
make the women attractive.
People are in real life.
No.
Right, like we got to keep saying like Maurice is single, meanwhile her and Miz are like literally about to get married. Like, like those nuances, because it's like people have lives. People run into these wrestlers and be like, hey, on TV you're dating so and so, but I just saw you at the gym with this person. Like, you got to bring a little bit reality into it. I like that they put them together. I just, the news came out earlier.
Yeah.
And it was spoiled because of course it is. And of course there's a lot of people on the timeline just like, I wish I didn't know this, whatever. And I'm just like, log off. I don't know to tell you.
Accounts. Like, at this point, what these people are doing for a living. Like your Sean Ross Apps and all these people. That's what they do for a living. Mute the account.
This is their job, to get the scoops. They're going to get the scoops. Now, if they're getting the scoops and not reporting, then that'd be a whole nother conversation, because then it's like, well, what are you actually doing here? But he's going to report the news, especially if it's exclusive that's actually, grounded in fact, that's actually going to happen. And Sean, as long as I've known him, he's not sat there and really gone out of his way to report something fake just to get the algorithm jumping. And it looks like AJ Lee is coming back, and that's great for y'all. Never was
You
a
want me to
fan.
be honest with you? The
Yes.
teenager in me, because I think she was around what 2015. Or
Yeah,
she left in
2015.
2015. She was like
Actually,
2013,
actually,
2012, 2012.
2012, 2013-ish. And if you really want to backtrack, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
2011, 2010, because I'm thinking of
Yeah.
FCW before they really transitioned over to being black and gold as an actual thing and not
Yeah.
a show. Because a lot of people don't realize that. It's like NXT was just a TV show, not an actual part of a company.
Yeah. So you go further back, and it's
So,
like I was introduced to her on, for those of you who don't know who we're talking about, AJ Lee, the wife of CM Punk. But I was introduced to her on NXT, the game version. So that's how long I've been sticking through WWE at this point. And I'm like, oh, she's cool. Like, I'm like, oh, she's cool. And then when she gained some popularity with Daniel Bryan and Big Show running her own truck, then she lost her mind. I don't like to say it like that, but that's how they portrayed her on TV. She lost her mind. She did the whole crazy gimmick, and she did the whole Dolph Ziggler relationship. And then she made out with pretty much everybody under the sun, like almost everybody. And I'm like, well, goddamn, at this point, go ahead and kiss Michael Cole.
like, go ahead.
She made it
Go
work.
ahead.
And it's like, she was one of those people, like, I can, even if you weren't a fan of her, like in ring wise or character wise, I can say comfortably that she was one of the people who brought eyes to the pre-women's evolution. You can always argue against me with that, but that's how I feel. Cause like people, they talked about, my sister talked about Total Divas growing up. I mean, because she kept me in the loop with Total Divas. I never watched the show, but AJ Lee kept me tuning in as well when she was on TV. So I'm like, I can give her props on that. But as far as like, am I losing my mind that she's coming back? No. Because I feel like we've moved forward.
For me,
I think like we moved on from the need of her.
For me, that's part of my reservation for it. Also for me, it's like I've never actually been a fan of hers. And for me, it's even going back to when she was on the Indies, I was just like, she's good, but I don't like when it comes to like the women on the Indies. There's so many of them I can name, that were in my mind like the best. She was one of the many that was around that was good, but her indie run didn't last that long because she got picked up, and so did a lot of girls. I feel like even when they just had NXT just branded as a TV show before it became a thing, we got to see shades of her personality, which is great. It was the same with Naomi. Naomi was on there. Caitlyn was on there. There was a lot of other women on there that I don't even think they're even involved in the business at this point. But we got to see shades of personality. We got to see a little bit of Naomi's personality that we've came to be accustomed to over the years, and which was great because we got to see that early. Even though the problem is with that season, it was the first female season. The problem is that Michael Cole was doing a heel gimmick and he was chastising the women and really laying into being super misogynistic. And a lot of people didn't like that because, one, they didn't like Michael Cole. Understandable. But I mean, I've been dealing with Michael Cole since he had frost tips. So at this point, I just kind of ignore him. And I got what he was doing because what he was doing, especially on commentary, he was saying things that was being said in the IWC online about these women week to week. Didn't matter if it was Raw, SmackDown, or anything in between. He was regurgitating those comments. And it was a lot of times it was just like, oh, Cole, I wouldn't have said that. But he had a driven purpose of doing that. When AJ transitioned out of that, like you said, there became a point where I think it was like 1 week she made out with CM Punk.
She literally went
She made
from
out with Brian
to Punk, back to Brian,
Punk,
to Kane.
and Kane of all people. And
they replayed that scene so many times.
Like,
I'm like, yo, it's Glenn. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's like how many times we gonna have somebody shacking up with Kane? Like, Kane is not that fine brother that's mysterious under the mask. Like, we have gone past that. Like, that was for me was like, what are we really doing?
If it was
here?
Kane 2000, I would have been like, okay, because he was a little jacked.
Not even.
He was a little jacked,
not even.
but this is Grandpa Kane. Like, what
I
are we
mean,
doing?
A little jacked. I'm about to retire and be a political person, Kane. Like, this was not Kane from 97 that just showed up, you know. And she was a part of that big storyline with Punk and Brian. And yes, it was great to see a woman as a main focus of a storyline that's about the two men. However, a lot of people kind of don't remember that time is that in the midst of that happening, they took all the women off the TV. A lot of the divas got released. Like, I wrote in the roundup like a couple weeks ago that like literally like they let Beth Phoenix walk. They let Kelly walk. Then next thing you know, Eve left and Caitlyn. Like, it was just like a constant rolling out because they refused to re-sign them, or if they did re-sign them, they wanted them to be locked into these deals where they couldn't go out and venture out and do certain things. It's the reason why Total Divas came, because the Bellas came with that whole thing of like, hey, we've got other things. We want to make more opportunities for the women. They didn't have that. And she got to capitalize in that moment, and nothing against her. What I don't really like when it comes to the AJ thing is that we all remember the pipe bomb, right? What I don't like about the pipe bomb is that at that time it was like, okay, she's doing the same thing as Michael Cole, regurgitating what's said about the women, right?
Oh, the pipe bomb.
What bothered me
my brain went to Punk for some reason.
Right. So, yeah, because remember he did it, then she did it, and it was like, okay, I get the point of doing this, but it was just a lot of things she said. And then when I read her book, she had some of those actual feelings about those women. And for me, it was like, okay, you actually personally felt this. And it was very, very misogynistic. A lot of people forget that misogyny can be women and men. Like, there is a lot of women that go out their way to be misogynistic towards another woman for the sake of centering men or just doing it because,
the male centered lady, basically.
Yes. And it's, for me, it's just always came back to, did anybody sit there and listen to what she said? Because that was not nice. Like, it was not nice at all. Like, those women were already being ridiculed for their personal lives or how they looked. And then it was like,
you go point
the finger.
Talent isn't sexually transmitted line. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't like that line at all because being just perfectly honest, prior to her marrying Punk, she was dating people within the locker room. So it just, for me, it was just like, now we're really slinging mud, that you didn't have to do. And I feel like she made her place within the business, and she does deserve the recognition that she get. I just wish that at some point, if she ever talks about it, because she's really just put herself like, I don't want to talk about nothing. I don't want nothing to do with wrestling. And then, of course, she started working with WOW. But she really, when she left, she left.
They don't even say, because she used to like reference herself as former champion. She don't even do that.
No, she was working with WOW, and she was doing commentary for them. And I remember when that first came out, a lot of people had those reservations of like, how's this going to work? Because she's really just left the business. Like, she's not talking to anybody about it or nothing. And From the few episodes I watched WoW, because child, they be marathoning out WoW like ain't nobody's business. I enjoy her in commentary. It's very refreshing, because you don't hear her talk elsewhere. You know, so it's not like a constant like you hear her voice all the time. So it's very refreshing. She's kind of got like a sense of humor about things. So it's great to hear that little bit of in her that where she still likes it. But I just wonder where this run is going to go, because of course we're going to have couple versus couple type of situation. I just wonder how this is going to go. And plus, I wonder if after this, if this is going to lead to more instances of seeing her. Like we seen Beth Phoenix come with Adam Copeland. We see Maurice interject herself with The Miz. We've seen this here and there. So I wonder if that eventually will become a thing.
That is a good question, because I feel like a one and done would be kind of like, oh, I'll forget about this in 6 months. Like I feel like it'll be like, and that's just me personally,
Right.
because to me, a mixed tag match isn't that interesting. Because
no, it's so 1998.
Like, right. But because it's like, and this is not me saying, oh my God, I want to see Seth Rollins hit the curb stomp on AJ Lee or Punk put Becky to sleep. No. It's just, I know for a fact that it's going to be bells and whistles limited, because let's be real, AJ has not wrestled since 2015. Yes, she did the training with the Heels show that Punk was doing, but that was mainly a TV show, and I'm pretty sure she had a stunt double. I could be wrong.
I'm not sure if she did or not, but be honest with you, I would not be shocked if she did, because I know, especially in those cases, a lot of times they have stunt doubles.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, so we don't know, and I know for a fact that it doesn't matter how, like, it don't matter how long, how less or how long you've been wrestling or whatever, that extended break will catch up with you. It doesn't matter if you're AJ Lee, Nikki Bella, Roman Reigns. There's some things that you're not going to be able to do that you would usually do on a full-time basis. So yeah, I'm like I'm saying, like if it's an extended like program or like something that's not one-off, I'm cool with it. But if it's a one and done, I'm be like, I'll pop the teenager in me that was bopping to the Let's Light It Up theme song, gonna bop to it, like, hey, let's light it, da da da. But and the match is gonna happen. I'm gonna get my shit off online, get my jokes, and then I'm gonna move on.
Right. I just hope in her case that if this does materialize to an actual match between her and Becky and Seth, that Becky is more on point than she was.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about
this past match.
Let's talk about that.
Because Rebecca, what was you doing, girl? What was happening? What was going on? What is Rebecca? I love you, but what was going on? Nikki was here. You were over here. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, maybe they don't have chemistry.
And that's perfectly fine.
Maybe.
Like, everybody is not going to be fluid, or everybody's not going to be wrestling soulmates. It happens. But I'm not finna get on there. Like, I know some people are expecting me to come on here and shit talk the match and oh my God, Nikki Bella should be a mom.
Oh, I gave you the warning.
Nikki Bella should be a mom, this, that, and third. No. Because trust me, I already got a warning shot from the one and only C. And I'm not trying to get shot on y'all behalf. But no, real talk, I did not hate the match. I didn't love it either. It was.
I didn't either. I just didn't know what was going on.
I was like, that's the reason why I put out that tweet. I said, well, I hope they had fun, because that's all I could say. I'm like, I hope y'all had fun. Like, Ain't nothing else for me to say. I'm like,
Right. Prior to this, I had watched, I'm not sure what it was, but I had watched one of their previous matches before this match, right? To kind of refresh my memory, because at first I was just like, I don't think they wrestled each other. Then I'm like, no, they did. When they brought them up to the roster, and then they had that, everybody had a 3-man group, and it looked kind of like a Joshi promotion. Yeah, like when it looked like a Joshi promotion, everybody was in groups, and it didn't make any sense.
I still laugh at the fact that was their name for like a week until they realized that was a porn name.
Right. It was like, girl, y'all don't research nothing in this company. Y'all just go with anything that.
Because I was on Twitter when people found out what that meant. That was like submission sorority. Wait a minute.
Like, that does not go together. Well, for me, even before that came out, it was just like, this is not a cute name.
Submission sorority, like
at all. No.
So it's like, yeah, Team PCB. No. I'm like, that's even worse, but I'll take it.
Okay, it was not okay. And I watched that match, and I remember sitting there and being like, man, this has got to be right when they first came up, because Becky had that super orange hair,
green jumpsuit,
and I was like, oof, I'm like so glad.
It was like a jumpsuit, short
and
pants.
I was like, yeah, it was like when they used to like literally like dip her hair in like that horrible orange color, and it was just like, this does not. Yeah. It was not good. And I was like, I'm so glad she's gotten past that, because that was just not looking good anymore. And that match was, to me, that was a decent match. Especially during that time, because I feel like Nikki, even when they transitioned over to breaking up the groups and Nikki moved to SmackDown before she had to step away because of her neck issues, she was like right at that peak of like, she can put on a match with anybody. And so I was like, okay, maybe we won't have this issue. Nikki's been training. She did fine with Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is a ring general. She does good with anybody. And it was just like these random miscues that kind of just like threw me, like, you know, when Nikki went to the top rope and Becky just gets up and goes walking towards the other side of the ring. And I'm like, no, you should have turned around and came back. Like, it was that, and then the spot on the announce table where she's like hitting Becky's head is nowhere near the announce table. She's just literally slamming her hands.
The production shouldn't have shot that. That's on both.
They didn't
It's
help.
like production and then.
They should have came behind and did that angle. Yeah, it was not good. It just like threw me off, because I'm like, Becky, I can't sit there and say like she's a world-renowned competitor. Like, you know, some people are like, oh my God, she's the best. She's good. However, there's so many women that came off the indies that were better, especially within the Brit wrestling, you know, scene. I mean, we're seeing baby girl Valkyria. Like Bird, you know, Birdman, you know, flies in any weather. But, you know, she's pretty much I came after Becky, and I was trained around women that work with Becky and all this stuff. Like, she is what it is now. Becky is what it was, if that makes sense.
And that's why I laugh when people got
I was
offended.
just disappointed in.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's why I laugh when people got offended when Kevin Nash said, when it was like the business is kind of passed Becky by, and I'm like, the way he said it, I'll be like, you could have worded it better, but he's not wrong in a sense.
Worded better.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, he could have definitely worded it way better. But I don't know. I don't know if I look at it that it's past her, but I feel like at this point in her career, she needs to figure out where she fits in. Like, I wrote about it a few weeks ago. Natalya. I mean, Natalya has been wrestling. Natalya has been wrestling since I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I thought about that the other day. Like, it was something I was looking at with her, and I think it was like Lufisto or something. And I'm like, y'all have been wrestling since I was in middle school. Like, this is crazy. And like literally, I grew up with y'all. Like, this is crazy, y'all. But Natalya at this point, she's doing outside bookings. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but she's like revitalized her career. Like, she's got a whole different plateau going on. Like, it's something different with Natalya. Like, Natty Neidhart, Natalya, two different things. And she treats WWE as the place she gets her paychecks, and then she goes to the indies and balls out, right? I feel like Becky, we need to find that for her. Like, maybe even if it's not indies, maybe, I mean, hell, I mean, at this point, her and Charlotte, they've done everything in that company. Why do we not ever give the women a position within the company to be as that thing? Like, we all grew up with The Undertaker, right? He's still coming down the ramp, okay? Why not have one of the women be in that position, that one-off match at Mania? Why not be that thing? Like, something, like, I just feel like maybe it's not that it's past Becky by, but maybe we've gotten to that point of where her having these one-off matches is all she wants to do.
Yeah. Do you think this inclusion to the vision?
Because I don't feel like she has the drive anymore.
I feel that same way. Do you think this inclusion in the vision will help her find that drive?
Maybe. I feel like she's trying to figure it out, but hopefully it does. But I feel like we're seeing so many women being brought in that company, not just from the indies, but from NXT, from Evolve. Like, they've got some good ones down in Evolve right now. Like, what's her name? Kaylee Armstrong.
Beast.
Man, like, give her about 2 years. Can't tell her nothing. All right. And down in NXT, you've got so many women there. I just feel like at some point we're going to have one of those girls come up, and then you're going to see the difference. And you don't want to put Becky in that position where somebody shows her up like that, especially a veteran of her, tenure.
Yeah, at this point, it's like you just have to. It's up to them to, like, do they want to book somebody in that position? Do she want to lock in, as we always say? Because you can tell when someone's phoning in. As much as we watch wrestling, you can always tell when someone's just like, okay, I'm doing the bells and whistles and I'm getting up out of here. Because someone who definitely locked in these last month or this last month and a half is John Cena.
Dad came home and just tripping. Is his pants falling down in that picture? It just looks like they're just really like below the waist. Like,
it happens all the time. I've noticed that in recent years. That's happened all the time. Like, his pants be, I think because they always pull at his pants when they wrestle, and his belt is not strong enough like it used to be. Because I remember growing up, his pants used to be like, his belt used to be so like skin tight to where they wouldn't even budge. Now they just all over the place.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get Dad suspenders or something, because this is not.
Get it together,
sir. We are past the Marky Mark.
Well, this man said he's been wearing these knee pads since his OVW days, so I'm not surprised that his pants are malfunctioning.
And you know what? When he said that, I was like, I mean, I thought you had them a little bit longer than that, John, but you could have fooled me. But I mean, I ain't seen them knee pads change at all.
No.
Plus, I don't really look at them. I just see, like, under the George, you see a little bit of them, but like,
he said that, I was like,
I don't.
That makes sense.
I just hope he washes them
too, because I know the wash instruction is no longer on the knee pads no more. Because after you wash it so many times that
they don't say nothing. They're just black.
Full black. The lettering and all that stuff is gone. Like, it just. Ooh.
If you ask John what brand they are, he's like, I
It's been over 20 years. I don't know. I don't even think the brand is still in stock.
Listen, if we start seeing him come out there with duct tape around him, then we know them babies is tired.
Well, listen,
let it go, John.
I can, like I said on Twitter, I can give Logan Paul his credit. He's good for the bells and whistles, but that's as far as I'm going. I'm not going no further than that.
I mean, I get the controversy with him and his brother because, I mean, let's just keep it real. Like, they both are annoying. They both are trash individuals, no matter what you think. They both have done some things that were absolutely unnecessary, but I think a lot of times people kind of don't realize that, like, some of us grew up in an era where we had reality all around us. And then as we're starting to see now, especially with a lot of streamers, a lot of them do not understand there's a difference. Like, you got to cut that off. And the Paul brothers grew up when YouTube was like in its infancy and was used to recording everything. So it's like, of course, you're going to see them do something stupid, you know, if they're constantly recording everything or they want to show everything they're doing on camera as opposed to just living life. So that's going to come off like that. But with him, in comparison to his brother, because I watched that whole documentary about his brother on Netflix, and I want that time back for my life. I really do.
I see his brother on anything, and I'd be like, yeah, no.
I really do.
No, thank you. I'm good.
I just, like, that baby is trying so hard to convince us that he is this whole individual. And I just want my life back because I don't know why I deserve that. But in comparison to him, he is very good in the ring. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect none of this from him. And I think what it is with him is that he is super tall and super lanky. I did not realize he was that tall. And he just has this ability to kind of work decent with everyone. And I wouldn't expect that from him because, one, he didn't come from an indie background. Two, he had no prior experience. So I feel like in that case of where they're picking up people from YouTube or these social media influencers, they kind of got their bag with that one. You know, he has it. And I mean, who knows? Maybe 2 years from now, he might be world champion. And we might be having a different conversation.
I've accepted that he's going to be world champion within the next year and a half. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can give him his credit as a competitor. I don't have to like the guy. Like, I be having people literally swear me up and down that I have to like this guy. And I'm like, no, I don't.
No, you don't. You don't have to. Wrestling is subjective. You don't have to like everybody. You can dislike people. You can dislike what somebody does in a ring. But that doesn't mean that you hate them or you have a personal gripe with them. You just don't like what they did in the ring. And I feel like, especially with this wrestling space, now, everybody, we're going to do the SpongeBob hands, this wrestling space, everybody needs to get into that boat of understanding, hey, it's okay to like or dislike something. And we don't have to have a dissertation about it. We ain't got to sit up and attack each other. Y'all don't need to be at my mentions because you come in my mentions, you push that button, you're in my yard. Then you got to argue with me. We ain't got to do all that. Just, accept it.
I be seeing y'all trying to argue with this woman.
I mean.
And I'll just be looking at y'all like, good luck with you.
Okay. Because, look, you want to wind up arguing by yourself. That's, I say what I got to say. And I move on. And then if you want to keep arguing about ratings and this and that, and my favorite is the ones that's talking about ratings from 1997. I'm like, dog, I was in the second grade. Leave me alone. I don't care about none of that stuff. That don't apply to me now. Like, some of us got kids.
Like, my brother in Christ, I was I was outside.
I was listening to the Spice Girls then, like, back then, I think people were arguing about who was better, Goldberg or Stone Cold. Like, which one of the bald people is better? Like, that was not on my mind to care about numbers. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know
IWC was a thing back then until very, 2 years ago. I was like, oh.
Yeah, they be outside for no reason. Some of them need to go back in. I mean, it's just, we can dislike and like something. And I think with Logan Paul, it's like, it's that double-edged sword, because a lot of people don't want to like him because of the things him and his brother did. But they can't sit there and just be like, I mean, that was a good match. You can say it was a good match without liking him. It's easy.
Don't be in the comments telling me y'all wasn't born in 97. Please leave me alone. You are a child.
Some of y'all probably was. You was a child. I was a child. I'm talking
about now. I wasn't born in 1997. I was born in 2010, 2005. Like, what?
When they come and tell me that, I'm just like, get out of my face. Get out of my face. I was an adult.
I was born in 2012. I graduated high school. What are we doing?
I remember at one of my old jobs, and you know how like some jobs they bring in like teenagers for seasonal training, right? And this one child was like, well, I was born in 2010. And I just looked at her and I said, you were born when? She was like, well, how old are you? Which is always the guessing game with people. How old are you? And I said to her, you was born in 2010. She was like, yeah. I was like, girl, I was in the club. We can't relate. Like, we can't relate. Like, or you come tell me you was born in 2005. I was going to teen nightclubs.
I remember teen nightclubs. I went to one time. I said, yeah. I think that was when I solidified. I'm like, you know what? Clubbing ain't for me. 100%. Like, I'll go if I'm invited, but it's not for me. I think because that's when my anxiety around a lot of people kicked in. I was like, yeah, I can be around y'all.
Yeah, I could only do them if like I had my friends there. Because I'm actually an introvert. I don't like all of that. I don't like all of that going on. I would rather be at home than going out and deal with all that. And if my friends are around and it's people I'm comfortable with, like they'll see me like get that face of like I'm clocked out, gone. So I would go to them with them. I don't even think they're a thing anymore. They need to bring them back and give them something to do.
I don't have any teens in my life right now. All my nieces and nephews are still like preteen and down. So, I mean,
yeah. Well, I got one that's getting ready to beat one, but it's just looking around. There's really nothing for them to do anymore. Like we had that, we had parties.
Well, in this day and age, I kind of understand.
They don't have nothing.
Crazy shit out here.
Yeah,
no reason. But
true. But the John Cena and these shorts.
Speaking of holding on for dear life, like these shorts, Roman Reigns got his insides rearranged again.
I'm about sick and tired of this man getting beat up. I am so tired. I am
Dad,
tired.
Let's go home. Let's go home.
Like he's sitting there crying, like, what's in Boys in the Hood? Like, you would have thought he got shot. Like, he is literally. You just gonna go straight. Like, you would have thought that happened. Like,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I hated this post-match angle because it was going on for too damn long.
Man, I'm just tired of seeing Roman beat up. Like, I'm at the point where it's like somebody needs to stand over him and say, all right, toughen up.
All right. Get up, nigga.
Come on. Get up. Get your ass up. Get up off the floor. Stop playing down there. Get up. Like, somebody's got to say something. Like, every time I turn around, he it don't matter even if I don't watch SmackDown or anything for a while and I turn it on, Roman Reigns is curled over and I'm just
At
like,
this
you know
point,
what?
you're not even the tribal chief no more. You somebody's bitch.
Okay, we can't even say that no more until you get up off the floor and act like you got some sense. We can't keep saying this. Like, and he just hunched over him like he just got shot.
He
Like
likes Simba when Mufasa died.
like
Get up, Dad. Let's go home.
right, like he's sitting there just shaking
Let's
him,
go
shaking
home.
him. Like all you need is somebody playing Scar, tell him to run. Like that's all you need.
Kill him.
Like Roman just getting attacked and attacked and attacked. Like he got more beef than 50 Cent in 03. Like it's really bad. Like he ain't got no G Unit. He ain't got nobody. He ain't got no Mob Deep to sign. He ain't got
no
nobody.
friend. He ain't got
Just
no
his
family.
cousin.
And that's another thing about
Just his cousin.
these bloodline members. They love showing up after the ass whooping. Like
After the death has
you want
been
to come out there
committed.
like, bro, you should have just stayed your ass in the back.
Like, what was the point of you coming? Like, there is just they holler bloodline, but there is clearly no loyalty in that bloodline.
Like, this is God's work. I'm like, bro,
there is something wrong. God left a long time ago. God said, you know, y'all ain't gonna keep putting me in
God
this.
is done with y'all because he's like, I'm done with your tomfoolery, your chicanery. We are done with this because you like to take your precious time for the beat to drop while your people get jumped. That being you, Roman. Jay like to go yeet in the crowd and be like, oh shit, let me go help my cousin. Jimmy want to run down with a chair after his brother done got smashed into a million pieces on Raw. Pause. It's
like they always late. What is the problem?
They want to be niggas so bad. They going
like there is no
They want to be
urgency.
niggas so bad. They like, yeah, let's be late.
Okay. Like pick up one of our attributes. That way it's not us. Like this picture is just taking me out. Like he is really hunched over, just dying. Like you would think it's a pool of blood going on there or something.
This man
like
hunched over like he had a bad,
it's
like
so
he had
dramatic.
a bad taco from Taco Bell.
Right, it is so dramatic. Like what? Like when is this storyline going to eventually be over with at this point? Because I feel like this storyline has been going on since the crack of dawn.
Meek said friends don't let friends get stomped out. Well, family do apparently.
Okay, because they always say family is your worst enemy. I'm just saying this is clear.
You talking about Roman in this position? Jay was in this position the very next night.
Yeah, like what is that? Everybody getting shot. Like this is ridiculous.
They are so goddamn dramatic and for no goddamn reason. It's like because
this is more dramatic than a telenovela or a Lifetime movie about the husband doing something and the wife doing something to the husband. This
man said, I can't do it. Movie. I can't do it. I need you. I'm here. Like nigga, did everybody in that writer's room?
Like why
did everybody in that writer's room watch Young and the Restless and say, yeah, that's it. That's the bloodline shit. Because everybody's so goddamn dramatic.
And then and he's sitting there hunched over his brother, like, oh my God, my brother. And then, somebody in the crowd that's really into this, they're like, oh my God, he's having a baby at the same time. Like, this is just too much. This is just too much.
You need a hug. Naomi, where are you? Your husband need a hug.
Somebody check on Naomi. She can't have this stress right now. Like, she wouldn't have this stress if these fools would actually band together and actually be a family. Like y'all sitting up holding each other in the arms, everybody getting shot. Like this is ridiculous. Like when are y'all gonna come together? At this point, there's no reason we can't come together. Like leave the little evil baby brother where he at. Like we don't care.
MFT, my family tree with no blood relations to none of them niggas.
That baby,
lost. It's okay. It's okay.
Over there. He's I feel bad for him, but at the same time, I'm just like, we really didn't have to do this. We didn't have to do none of this. It came to him. We didn't have to do none of this. We could have left it alone.
After the bloodline disbanded, after he lost to Ula Fala, he really could have just became a Street Fighter again and called it a day. Like,
he could have been anything else but this. We could have actually not even had him involved.
Yeah.
Like, I just, child, that baby, oof. It's just these dramatic Lifetime movie network pictures that's just taking me out. Like, like for real, it really is.
Like everything reminds me of Lion King.
Like, literally, all you gotta play is Circle of Life for real.
So Uso's back. How you feel about that? Them being back in the tag team division that doesn't exist.
That's the sad part. I've enjoyed the Usos as a tag team, even going back to way back when. They've always been a good tag team, always consistent. I feel like they've had so many competitors that they really work well with, like, for instance, like the New Day. That was kind of like their, it's going to be a mom match with us. There was no questions asked. I just wish that the company at some point would completely understand that you got to have a tag team division, and it doesn't make sense to not have one or continue going forward with one when you have all these tag teams. And every time I turn around, they're putting people together in a team that I be sitting there like, they really don't go together, but
they're making it work.
All right. Yeah. But they should never, I get it for storyline sake that they broke them up. It did what it did a good thing, carried the storyline. With the Bloodline storyline, there's so many layers to it. So everything that happened for a reason. And it's been a good long tenured situation. I just think at this point, it's time for them to actually come back together. But that tag team division, it's just, I don't know. It's like every 3 or 4 years they get in that spot with that. It
rotates. Like sometimes the SmackDown team division cook and Raw lacks, and then sometimes the Raw team cooks, and then vice versa. Like it's never consistent across the board. And even with the SmackDown team side, I feel like it's starting to hit that point where I'm like, all right, let's switch it up, do something new.
Yeah, like I feel like they have so many people. That they could do something with the tag team division, but it's just like, I don't know, they just get in that slope period of where they're just like, whatever, and that's the disappointing part, because there's a lot of wrestling fans that are tag team wrestling fans first before singles wrestling fans. So it's like you're kind of pushing that group of fans away, especially if like that's their thing, Now we gotta go everywhere else to see all these things.
Like, if we want something to cook, we'll just go watch ROH or AEW or something. So.
Yeah, like I shouldn't have to, but hey, I encourage anybody to go check out anything else. Increase your palate. But if you started watching wrestling with WWE and it was tag team wrestling that got you in, you're gonna look at the first place that brought you in for it, and they just keep going through this emotional roller coaster with the tag teams
and all that stuff.
They just keep doing it.
Amen.
Yeah, they just gotta get together.
Speaking of emotional roller coaster, you got Rhea Ripley and Asuka fighting over Io.
Yeah, I did not expect that to be the thing. Is this going to lead to Asuka versus Rhea, or is this going to be Asuka, Rhea with Io on a pole match or something? I don't know.
She's tiny enough to fit on the pole.
Is this going to be Judy Bagwell in the cage? Like, I don't know. Or is it going to be a triple threat?
I feel like Asuka's definitely going to.
Because I feel like Asuka's playing mind games.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Because I don't.
This has been entertaining though.
For me,
a little bit.
It's very entertaining and it's very interesting because for me, it's like with Asuka, even going back to just knowing Asuka, especially from her days over in Japan and stuff like that. I mean, she had very few allies. Io is one of them, a part of Triple Tails with her sister Mio. But other than that, I mean, I really can't say Ariska Nakajima. I mean, very, very few allies. I mean, Ayumi Kurihara, but like, not that many people where you be like, that's our friend, if that makes sense. So it's kind of different to see her kind of being in that space of where she's like, no, we friends. I don't know who that is, but now we friends. And then, poor Kyrie is just like, oh my God, I just want everybody to get along. It's really entertaining to see because you kind of now seeing Kyrie kind of be put in that space of where eventually she's going to choose. And hopefully for Kyrie, when that break does happen, we get to see more Kyrie be Kyrie and not Kyrie put with another Japanese woman. Because that's literally all we've seen. And plus with Rhea, baby girl, why are you always in an instance of 3 with somebody else and somebody? Like,
they're drawn to the hot goth girl.
It's becoming a thing, but right, like everybody wants to go fight, Rhea about something that belongs to them. And I feel like with each role, it's worked well for her because she's able to put on those matches. And she has a fan following that's just in love with her. Like, it's different. He in love with everybody. I mean, let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. He for everybody.
He belongs
I'm
to the
just
streets.
saying. But he belongs to the streets. But she has a presence that we've seen presence like that in wrestling before, but hers is that presence of like, if she decides to walk away from the company and not wrestle again, you will still sit there and be like, I wonder what happened to her.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to probably see anything like her coming after.
Yeah. This is true. That's the reason why I be laughing.
I'm excited for the 3-way.
That's why I laugh with a lot of people be like getting irritated when she's in these prominent positions. I'm like, WWE sees that she's very marketable and they're going to push it. Like that's their MO. You just got to deal with it.
Yeah, she's come a long way from, being the blonde girl that was in the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, I remember that little.
That everybody was.
Bria.
Yeah, she had like, she's came a long way, like, especially with the dark hair, the makeup, everything. Like, I mean, some people are like, well, that's just golf girl aesthetics, but it's like, not everybody can do golf girl aesthetics and actually be about that shit where it looks authentic. And with her, it comes off so authentic and it comes off like you actually seeing her, And I think that's generated a lot of her fandom because I mean, was it SummerSlam or something recently where they had that whole Rhea Ripley lookalike contest? Like, she's got a whole different fandom that I'm gonna be honest with you, even going back to the Diva days, I can't recall something like that ever being done. And I mean, you've had your AJ Lees, you had your Nikki Bellas, you had your Breeze, you had your Trish Stratus's and your Litas, but I don't recall any of them getting a lookalike contest.
Yeah, she's tapped into that market. Like her joining the Judgment Day was a blessing for her career because she finally figured it out. Because it was a point in time where she was just like, I wouldn't say she was coasting, but you can tell that she was just like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do now? Like the tag team with Liv, the Raw Women's title reign that a lot of people forgot that like, it's like, she was like, what I'm going to do? But as soon as she joined the Judgment Day and she became mommy and all that stuff, that's when it hit.
It clicked. It clicked. And even though she's no longer with them, she still has that same fandom she had in it. And it's transitioned so well for her. So it's like now we're seeing her fandom, and then Asuka's got some crazy fans too. I think I got most of them
Me too.
blocked on the apps because some of them are just bonkers. EO has the crazy fandom too, and a lot of them they've had the crazy fandom since they was over in Japan. So seeing all three of those fandoms come together, possibly in a triple threat. First of all, that triple threat is going to be bomb, no doubt about it. Like it's going to be a spectacle because Rhea and EO at Evolution was such a good match, like top to bottom. Like can't say I sat there and was just like, oh, this is all right. Like no, it was good. So to see it happen again and then having Asuka possibly come in that picture, I wonder
I know
how
we
it's going to
mentioned
be. So
EO. How we feel about her match that they just made official for WrestlePalooza, EO Sky versus Stephanie Vakir.
Oh, I don't know how to feel because part of me feels like they're gonna cook, but part of me feels like I don't want to sit there and get in that belief. And then what if I'm underwhelmed? Because I feel like EO is accomplished all around, like good. Right. We all know this, right? Stephanie is good. She's capable of putting on a match and stuff. I feel like they would go good together. I just, it's just for me, like, especially with EO being a long time watcher of hers back when she was in Stardom and everything. I just don't know how their chemistry will
didn't they just have a match on Raw when we went to no contest? How'd you feel about that one?
But I liked it, but it's just, I feel like when it comes to WrestlePalooza, which is not going to be a PLE, like, okay. I feel like when it comes to PLEs, a lot of people turn up the notch on their performance. I wonder if they're going to try to outdo that because I thought it was a decent match, but I wonder if they're going to try to outdo it or what's going to happen. But I feel like this is going to be a good match. I just wonder how their chemistry after that is going to line. Because if this don't go right, then I'm going to be like, girl, what happened? And I mean, Stephanie has done well with other women from Japan. I mean, everybody always brings up Julia, because I mean, Julia is basically, as they used to say in wrestling, her dance partner. That's her 1-in-1. That's the person she can always have a 1 hour Broadway with. We will always hear about like Flair and Dusty, Flair and Sting and stuff like that. That's her Sting, if we're really being honest. I don't know if this will be the same case. It might be another one of those of like, Stephanie's Flair and EO is another competitor, but not really her Sting.
I mean, she could be.
So,
if anything, she could be. In this case, she could be the Steamboat to her Macho Man.
True, because this might be that. This might be that other match where you could sit there and say, okay, you got her and Julia, but this one too. Because there's a lot of people that always will cite Macho Man versus Steamboat over anything else as their main favorite match. So this might be that one.
One thing I do want them to see them do as we get closer to this match, because I think we got like 2 weeks left. Feature Stephanie more.
Yep, 2 weeks.
In ring wise, as well as character wise, because this past month she just been doing backstage stuff, and I'm not really rooting for her to win the title if that's the case.
I don't like it. Yeah, I'm not okay with it. And a lot of people say it's possibly because of her still working with the English language, which I understand. And then you have some people that are just like, well, if you're going to work in that company, you got to be able to speak English. And it's just like, I get it, but we've done this so many times in wrestling where you can work around that. You can, I feel like honestly with Stephanie, should be very few times she does talk.
Yeah.
She comes out there with the horns on her head, the smoke and everything. She's mysterious. Why do we need girl to give us a dissertation every time?
She's just showing and punch somebody in the face. That's literally it.
Yeah, just be that mysterious lady that we keep hearing this name about. Like, keep the mystique there. And I feel like in wrestling now is that we really don't allow people to have that mystery anymore. Everybody wants to be the talker. Everybody wants to be the I appeal to everyone. I relate to everyone. Like, you got to give a little bit of that to, make people be like, what is it about this individual? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not there. They kind of taken that away. And then it's the same with Julia.
We're going to get to her in a second.
Of course. Yeah. But she ain't got to talk, y'all. Not everybody has to talk. Everybody talks too much in wrestling.
But yeah, this is the first match that's official for WrestlePalooza. It'll be going head to head with All Out. The only match that they have official for that over there is Edge and Christian versus FTR.
I love how you said Edge and Christian, because that's literally
I'm not
what
call
it is.
Them nothing else. Your mama named you Edge and Christian. Your mama named you Edge. I'm gonna call you Edge, even though your mama named you Adam. But that's neither here nor there.
Like I'm still at the point where it's like I'm not calling Adam. Like you have been Edge my whole life.
And he trying to get Cope to be a thing. I'm like, hey, bro, it's just we're not doing that.
I'm not calling you Cope. Cope is something you do.
You got to cope with, like they tried to make that like you got to cope with Cope, and I'm like, I am not going to cope with Cope. I am going to cope with Edge.
No, this is not what I was prepared for.
I'm not calling him that. I'm not calling him that. I'm calling him Edge. But yeah, this match is so basically it's going to be WrestlePalooza versus All Out. People are going to probably watch both. I'm going to tell you this right now: whichever event sells me is what I'm going to watch live. I'm not going out of my way. I'm not doing both. Like I'm no. My attention span is shorter than that.
I wouldn't advise anybody. I mean, I would advise anybody when they finally start unveiling all the cards, you pick and choose what matches you want to see. Like, I'm not going to sit there and watch both shows. That's, to me, at this point in wrestling, there's no reason to sit and watch both shows in entirety. Like, it's just, there's so many things you can come back to and rewatch. Like, don't put yourself through that.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, mainly for me, I'm going to be watching the women. So, I mean, FTR is going to go out there and punch somebody in the face. Like, that's just them.
Speaking of things, switching back to SmackDown, Sami Zayn is the U.S. champion. And is Sami Zayn fatigue real, or is just people just bitching just to bitch?
I think people are just bitching to bitch. I don't get it, because it's like Sami Zayn has always been beloved. So it's just like, when I seen that discourse happening online, I'm like, when did y'all dislike this man? Like, it really kind of blew my mind. And then I started, like, you know how you see one tweet and you kind of like go through the next tweet and whatever. I was down a rabbit hole. I couldn't figure out what the issue was.
They have
because I'm like, why do y'all hate him?
It's a trend to just hate people, just to try to be different, because they can never give you a coherent reason why they hate. Because they like, oh, he's Sammy Hogan, this, that, and third. I'm like, Sami Zayn has wrestled 24 times this year. And you know how many times he's won out of those 24 times? 7.
Right. That's very different.
If he's saying that doesn't work for me, brother, he's doing that shit wrong. He's like, that doesn't work for me. I can't win. I have to lose. What? Right.
Like, I just didn't get it, because it's like, I'm going down a rabbit hole and I'm just like, when did we start hating him? Because, with wrestling discourse, it's every day they pick a new person to hate.
It's never consistent.
It's never consistent. It's very up and down, one week they hate this person, the next week they love this person, then the next week they're back to hating that person, and then they hate the other person that's next to that person, and then it just never makes sense. It's weird because like I saw a tweet, somebody was just like, he needs to just go ahead and retire, like he's not that good in the ring, and I'm just like, I don't think you realize, but half the people you're probably a fan of from the indies or AEW, because AEW is indie capital if you really think about it, because how many people they brought in from the indie, right? A lot of guys from NXT and stuff like that, even the newer recruits, they all sit there and watch Sami Zayn stuff.
Mm-hmm.
El Generico on the indies was like, a lot of the guys patterned themselves after because he was so good in the ring. So it's like, it's just weird to see fans turn on him for no reason at this point. Because I'm like, I can't say I've ever seen a bad match of his. I can see if he was just shit in the bed every week. All right. But
wanting more from his character is one thing, but just to say flat out that he's horrible in the ring, that's when you lose me.
Yeah, that's where it loses me, because it's like, especially when a person is a caliber performer and has pulled out caliber matches with people that are not that great in the ring, it's like, okay, now we're just saying anything. His character, I feel like with his character, there's always been that fine line of like, they never really did more with it. He's just like, they were okay with what he gave. That's what he gave. They put him in the Bloodline storyline. He got out the storyline. He's doing this thing now. They never really put more on his character. Even when you think back to old NXT Black and Gold, they just never really fine-tuned his character.
Yeah, it's more so. It's another case of it's on the booking, because when you think about it, it's more so. It's like, okay, you're the underdog from the underground. It's been almost 10 years, and you're still the underdog from the underground. What are we doing? What are we evolving? What are we pushing
like
forward?
At some point, you gotta get up.
Right, you're not the underdog anymore.
Like at some point, we gotta move them up. But I mean, we've seen this with so many competitors in the past. Like we've seen so many of them still be in that underdog role for 10 plus years, and we just accept it because it's just like, I mean, he always gonna be in that place. But I mean, maybe he wants to be in that role, the guy that's able to give everybody that good match and just be that constant on the comeuppance. Some people like that. Like they'd rather be in that role than being the main champion, And I mean, if that's the case, then okay. But I mean, at some point, it's just like, dog, we can't always think you the underdog at this point.
Yeah.
Like you the big dog, you just don't want to be the big dog.
You want to be the big dog, go ahead and lock in on the protein so you can get some big arms. But
yeah, because he looks linky right there.
Yeah, so he is the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, congrats to Sami. We love you over here. But you mentioned Julia when we was talking about Stephanie Valkyria. I'm trying to figure out what the hell they doing with her on SmackDown with this title reign, because I'm not a fan. It's non-existent.
I feel like there's just a lot going on. It's just a lot going on. I was really perplexed about it weeks ago when she won the title, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they did Evolution. She comes out there, does the Battle Royal, and I'm like, oh, so she doesn't have a title defense? Like nothing? Like they literally put the bell on her and was just like, all right, girl, go out there, do your thing. Then she gets eliminated, and I'm like, but she's a champion. Shouldn't you like keep her a little bit longer in the match?
Have her at least like the final five or something?
Nope. Out. So for me, it was like, I don't think y'all realize, but y'all just literally told me her as a new champion, she has no ability to withstand all these other women that I'm supposed to think in my head is incapable of beating her, right?
Mm-hmm.
you just showed me that anybody can beat her. So you've then took a lot of people believing that, oh, she deserves that spot. You just blew that in our face. Then we don't really see anything with her. Then you have, baby girl come and re-challenge her. And then even with that backstage thing, it was just, there was just so much going on. Like, I'm just...
Her and Kiana James is a thing.
I like Kiana James as a competitor. I get the idea of putting her with Julia, especially with the language barrier. Not against that. I'm actually at the point where I've said this for years. There's been a lot of times where I've been like, why not put sis with another sister to be her mouthpiece? I feel like we need to have something different. We're always seeing the woman with the guy or the guy with the woman. Why not mix it up? Because some of the girls in NXT, especially, like, they do okay in the ring, but not everybody's capable of being that workhorse in the ring. They can talk better than they can work. So why not create those avenues? And I like them together. There's just a lot going on. I feel like they don't know what they're doing, Julia. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
It's a lot going on, but not a lot at the same time. Because it's a lot going on, but there's not a lot to basically fix that a lot going on problem.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's the braids for Julia. I don't know. She's had the braids forever, but she's had the braids forever. I mean, sis has had the braids forever. Tribute to Hana Kimura, but
is it the braids?
Is it the braids? Like, what is happening here? What is happening? Because Julia's an incredible performer. It's just that's always the issue with wrestlers that come from a different country. And of course you can push the language barrier to the side, because they don't have to talk. But there just seems to always be this weird thing of they can never properly integrate them into storylines that make sense, or that you're sitting there and you're just like, okay. It's always like, what is going on?
Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, because this is, it's literally going to lead to Julia versus Kiana James, which makes sense. But I don't know. I just feel like this could go so different for everyone.
Oh, yeah. So I feel like a lot more can definitely go into in both mid-card divisions. Because I feel like we talk switching back to Becky, I feel like with her being in the division, they might put the women's IC title on the back burner just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I can see that
not permanently, but I see it happening. I'm like, ooh, that's gonna put her on the back burner a little bit with that title. But then when you look at the division, it's like, who is there that you were running back with? That's a case of them not creating or establishing stars to round out a division on both shows.
Yeah, because Bianca's out for who knows how long at this point. Jade's there, but it seems like they're still trying to find ground with her for real. Naomi's out, so there's two people out. Becky is champion. Bailey is
Bailey.
Wherever. Lyra's there because she can't challenge Becky anymore.
Nope.
Natalia's booked on the Indies.
And she already beat her.
Jesus, who? Right. Jesus, who else is even left?
Maxine.
Stratton is, and with her, it's she's still training with Natalya. I don't know. It's like you'll see her sometimes get in the ring, but it's like they still kind of don't trust her in the ring by herself.
Yeah, no. They don't.
So I don't see that being a thing either. So it's like, Charlotte and Lexa have the titles. They're occupied. I mean, there's other women on the roster, but it's just like for me, I'm drawing a blank because it's like everybody's either in something or everybody's just non-existent.
Yeah, because Candice LeRae is back on NXT.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Candice because Candice, I just feel like
And I just threw that name out
if
there
they
because
were
I feel like
smart,
that's the
she'd be
only
the
name that
perfect
just
one.
popped up in my head.
Yeah, I feel like she'd be perfect to go with Becky, but they just always put her in that position to have those matches with people or be basically the one that helps keep the match glued together. Um, and I'm pretty sure that's probably a role she's comfortable with because I mean Candice LeRae has been Candice LeRae since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure at this point she don't want to sit there and bump every night.
Yeah.
You know.
This is true. So, hey man,
Yeah.
that draft might need to happen very, very soon.
At this point, because I mean, we've seen them do the draft and bring up NXT competitors. I mean, I just wonder now with Evolve involved in everything, I wonder if they're going to include them in it.
That would be cool.
Because I mean, some of those individuals want to have to move to NXT.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, for sure. Like, because eventually NXT is going to lose their Oprah Femmes and their Trick Williams and all these people. They need to bring some people up from Evolve to fill out the shoes on NXT and get them over.
Mm-hmm. And then also, it's like with the draft possibly looming in the air, you got that whole relationship with them and TNA. So it's like, with them moving, shaking things on the roster, how's that going to affect that relationship?
True.
Because they're constantly trading people. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to open up that door, but what if TNA is part of that draft? That would be interesting as
whoever
hell.
gets drafted gets an actual contract. That'd be interesting.
Gets an actual contract. That would be very interesting. I'm just saying, I'm waiting. I need an Ultimate X. I have it in my head. Who I need in there. And I ain't going to let it go until it happens.
You need an Ultimate X in WrestleMania?
That would be beautiful. Like, that would be lovely. We don't need a 6-sided ring. We don't need that for that.
They still,
we good with a 4-side. They've done it.
Yeah. They haven't used a 6-sided in years. I think the wrestling world has moved on from 6-sided.
Right. But, there's some people there's still some people that's like, it hasn't worked right since the 6-sided. And I'm like, no, they've done it multiple times and it's done fine with the 4 sides.
Right.
So we really don't need that. No. I would like to see that. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you, not just with the men. I would love to see another Ultimate X with the women, including women from NXT, women from Evolve, women from the main roster. Like, it would be complete go time. They got the talent right there. They just got to book it. Yeah. And it can just be for a title. It can be for the Knockouts or NXT title. Put something up there. It can be any title you want to challenge for.
Or a title shot, whichever one.
Yeah, anything. I mean, put a shoe on a ladder. I don't know. Anything. I just want to see an Ultimate X with the women. Because, I mean, Tasha Steelz is right there. Like, Tasha Steelz. If Bianca was not injured, I would love to see Bianca in that. Like, that would be crazy. If Naomi wasn't getting ready to have a little Naomi would be crazy in that.
Baby Uso.
I don't know. Maybe she could have the baby and the baby can climb up there with her. I don't know.
Well, I mean, she did say when she's when she had that baby, she's gonna come back for that title and be breastfeeding while whooping everybody's ass. So,
I mean, the baby might be at ringside. I mean, I would not be shocked. Yeah. Baby might be right at ringside with the caution tape, right over the car seat.
Proceed with caution.
Watching mamas.
But speaking of champions, switching to Death Before Dishonor, did you peep that?
Yes, and I enjoyed it. I can't say, I mean, there's been a few Ring of Honor shows over the years where I'm just like, oof, child, why? But Death Before Dishonor, I don't know what it is. I can't say I've seen a Death Before Dishonor that's been very where I'm just like, oh God. I enjoyed it from top to bottom. It was so good. And I was actually glad when the stream crapped out, Tony was just like, we gonna put this on YouTube. He wasted no time. He was just like, YouTube.
He's like, y'all got it. There you go. Right there.
Y'all got it. Please. Like, he's like, I'm not gonna disappoint my fans. Put it over there now. If it was the other company, I don't know. They might have been like,
they're like, well, we tried. Better get that VPN. Watch it on Netflix. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, they would have put up the screen that would say, "We'll be right back," and never come back.
That has happened before.
Yeah, they have done that before. So ignorant. Like,
you're like, well,
yeah, they would have done that.
Like, well, oh yeah, I tried. But I enjoyed this. Like, I actually didn't watch it live because I was doing the show. Like, I was literally in the middle of a show. So I was in the middle of a show and I tweeted and I saw like clips of the main event. I was like, one thing people try to say, Athena, well, they got to follow that because the Bandino co-main event was a banger. But they was like, Athena got to follow that. And I'm like, you must not know who Athena is because every time y'all say follow that, she'd be like, bet. Every time. She do that Michael Jackson meme, and I took that personally. Every time.
Yeah, I tweeted that night saying, some years ago, way back in my day, I did an interview with someone, and they were talking about it was a show coming up on the Indies, and we were talking about who was else on the card, and they said to us, this is off air before we got really into it. And they were like, I hope my match is before Athena's. Athena's going to steal a show. And I just kind of did that whole face like, bro, I don't know what to tell you because you're going to go after her. I already knew because I knew the promoter. I was just like, you going to go after her. I don't know what to tell you, bro. So you going to have to figure that out. Like, she's just... Athena, it's hard to put in words because for me, I've been watching Athena since she first started wrestling on middle of nowhere indies in Texas. And then eventually she started working for Shimmer. And I remember the dark match it was her and Jessie Bonesaw Brooks versus Rachel Summerlin and Jessica James. And their tag team name was Rachel and Jessica's Excellent Tag Team. And she worked with Summerlin and Jessica Jane for many years because they were local girls in Texas. Summerlin trained a lot of those girls down there, and they all worked for Anarchy Championship Wrestling. And that was 2010, 2011, I want to say. And from that first time I've seen her, I think the first match I seen her before the Shimmer one was her versus Rachel Summerlin. And I remember being like, man, she is so good. Like, how long she been wrestling? And I asked one of my friends that had sent me the match, like, hey, how long she been wrestling? They're like, she only been wrestling 6 months. My mind was blown because I'm like, how is she this good in 6 months? And there's people that have been wrestling for 10 years and they still suck. Like, how does this work for her? But at the same time, it's like, is she a black woman? She's going to be good at something she loves. So she's just been always explosive with her offense. Very just anything she does in the ring, you can't sit there and question it because she's just good. Like where you're sitting there thinking like, okay, she's going to do the O-face now. Nope. She's always going to do something to outdo the last thing she did in the ring. And I watched her have matches with Mia Yim, Fisto, Cheerleader Melissa, Summerlin. I mean, a lot of people on the indies that are considered bar for bar the best. And there's been a lot of them that I had done interviews with or had conversations with over the years that have been like, I've been like, who do you think is the best right now? Who do you think is going to be the best in the future? And you know who they all said? Athena. Every single one of them said Athena. Every single one of them said if I retire, Athena's still going to be out here wrestling. And look.
Yeah.
A lot of those women are no longer competing, and she is still competing.
Amen.
And she ain't slowed down nothing. And Mama's had injuries throughout her career, and sometimes injury slows people down. It's like those injuries was non-existent.
It made her faster.
It's not done anything. I'm thinking it did. I think something happened. They went in there, tweaked to something, and because she's always been fast, but it's like her speed is doubled, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they did, but every time I see her, I'm just like, oh my God, like you came a long way. Because a lot of people, like they do a lot of Black wrestlers, a lot of people counted her out early. A lot of people said that she would be done with the business early on. And look, she's still around. And I think Athena's the only, off my head, she owns a promotion. And how often can you say a Black woman owns a wrestling promotion? And not only owns a promotion, but is the head trainer there. Like, she's got a lot of things to her name. And Metroplex Wrestling, she's been working with Metroplex Wrestling since, I want to say, her first or second year in the business. So she had a 10-year relationship with them and eventually bought the promotion. But the fact she's nearing 1,000 days as champion, I don't think any other woman, especially in North America, has been able to attain that. Of course, you could sit there and say Fabulous Moolah, because she held that belt for 5,000 years. But,
don't nobody really, I ain't gonna hold you, don't nobody really care no more.
Right. But in recent times, I think that she's the only one you could sit there and really pull out when it comes to comparing that. Mildred Burke, and saying Mildred Burke is like, oh God, like this is before any of us was born. And she created her own world title for herself and her own promotion and everything. And of course she was the champion. Hello, she created it. But to have an actively competing woman hold a belt almost 1,000 days, I can't, based on my recollection, and I've been covering women's wrestling for a long time, I can't say there's been another woman to do it. Yeah. And
hey,
that match was
brilliant.
That match was so good. It was so good. There was a point with that match, like, I didn't know how it was going to go. And then there became a point where it's like, I don't even care who wins. Somebody wins. Because it was just so good, like from top to bottom. Like Mina was so good. Mina's been very good for a while. I feel like her making the decision to leave Japan and go on her own merits and come over to North America and sign, I really feel like that did the best for her. Because look at what she's got. She's got a title already. She had that bomb-ass match with Athena. Like, it's really gone in her favor. Better than what we probably would have thought. Like, she did fine in Stardom, but I just feel like, especially with how Stardom is right now, where they're kind of like retransitioning and bringing in different people, she wouldn't have had a space. Here she has a space. And that match was really good. What did you think of it?
Oh, I actually, I love hearing you, hearing your encyclopedia brain about wrestling. But I actually enjoyed it. Like it was definitely two moments in this match. I believe it was because one thing that Athena was doing, she was focusing on the arm, and I was like, I love that little storytelling because that was their pinpoint of there was the selling point of that match because it was like she broke my arm, and Athena was like, I'm glad you healed up because I'm about to break it again. And I'm like, never change, Athena. Never change. But it was a few points where I was like, damn, is she about to lose the title now? Like, I love that about Athena's title matches is the fact that you like, damn, is she about to lose it here? And then you'd be like, she'd be like, haha, no. And then she locked in with that home stretch and then she take it home. And I'm like, yo, this is a great champion, because you never know. And it's like you can look back at her. It's like if you look back at every one of her matches since she won this title, you can pinpoint each match that it feels different, but same at the same time, because she likes to add something different to it. And shout out to my sister, because I actually threw this on while she was sitting with me, and she was like, "Damn, is everybody black on this show?" I was like,
okay.
I was like, yeah, because we started off with Queen Aminata winning over Taya Valkyrie, and then we got to Shane Taylor Promotions winning the six man titles, and she was like, "Yeah, I like this. I don't know everybody's name, but I'm rooting for everybody black."
Right, because when you turn it on, because I rewatched a replay of it, right, and I turned it back on, and I was just like, yeah, there's a lot of us on this show. Because I remember when Ring of Honor had one black person, and a lot of times that one black person was either Julius Smokes or Prince Nana. Okay, and most in general, it was Julius Smokes, because that's when they used to run Ring of Honor a lot in New York. So Smokes would always be around, and that was it. And then, I mean, eventually you had your Homicide, and then you had Low Key, but no one knew what Low Key was for the longest time until he finally said it. But like, that was the little bit of sprinkle of color we had for a long time. And then Ring of Honor just became lily white, like white. And I mean, it just white. And it's crazy because it's like, recently I watched Maple Leaf Pro, and Jonathan Gresham was on the show, right? And I was like, when he came out there, I was like, man, that's crazy. I remember your debut match in Ring of Honor. Like, and who was he against that night? I can't remember who it was, but I remember when they were on HD Net, and it was Jonathan Gresham versus another brother, because you know they always put us together.
Right.
And I remember being like, oh, we got black people on the screen. Because it was literally just white. They just didn't. And it's not like they couldn't have gotten black talent. They existed. But especially during the age. Well, this was before Cedric.
Oh.
Cedric and what's his name? Oof.
Now, the reason I say, because I feel like they always putting Cedric against somebody black.
Yeah, Cedric was always against somebody black. But then when they brought Cedric in, they had him teaming with what's his name? Tadarius Thomas. I ain't said that name in God knows. How?
I've heard that name in passing.
Okay. I ain't said that name. And Tadarius used to do, what was it, Capoeira? Like, he was a different brother. Okay, he was different. But they would always group us together, or it would just be one of us. And now when I turn it on, I'm just like, oh, it's a lot of us. I'm not used to this.
Like, I love it.
This is not. I love it. But for me, I'm still like, oh, Lord, like, this is different. Like, I kind of like how they've separated Ring of Honor to be their own thing, which they've always been. Ring of Honor has always been its own thing. It's never been a carbon copy of what this promotion is doing, what that promotion is doing. I mean, a lot of indie promotions copy from Ring of Honor, if we want to keep it a buck. But, I mean,
Ring of Honor and PW
turn it on.
Everybody's blueprint.
Yeah, I would say Pro Wrestling Guerrilla was up there. The one thing I used to love with Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and I haven't watched them in years, but I used to love when I would turn them on, they would just, it would just be a match just happening in the ring. You're just like,
well, all right,
don't go together, but all right. Like, all right. I mean, there was no build up. Nothing mattered. It was just people was gonna be in the ring. Rich Swann is gonna jump over something. Somebody catch him. Ricochet is gonna fly out the air. Somebody catch him. Like, that's all it was. Like, it was just right. Like, everything was just a good match. Like, and that's why when it's like when you watch Ring of Honor, it's like they've got a good stack roster. And watching Athena just literally just show everybody like, no, this is where I should have been. It also kind of makes me like, damn, I wish WWE really, really tried with her.
Yeah, my sister is the most casual as you can be, because every time she sees Athena, she recognizes her as Ember Moon, and she be like, "Hey, Naomi, little sister." I don't know why she put her with Naomi, but she's like, "Hey, Naomi, little sister," every time. So when she see her once, she's like, "Oh, she's good," and I'm like,
right,
"I'll take it." Like I'll just throw random matches on just to see her reaction to everything, because I know for a fact that she's out there happy. Like, she's not online. She don't see the discourse on Twitter, and if because she's always,
which is a good thing.
So it's like if a video where somebody has an opinion on it, she'll run it by me, and I'll be like, "Yeah, don't worry about that," and she'd be like, "Okay," and then she just keep going. So and that's the reason why I can enjoy wrestling now too, because I have siblings and nephews that are into wrestling, but they're not online, and I keep it that way. I'm like, no, you can listen to the show, you can watch it with me, but don't join no community. Just
don't
enjoy your peace.
I tell people all the time, hey, you watch what you want to watch. And I've been telling people for years, especially when the streaming situation started becoming a more plethora thing. There is too much wrestling going on for you to be fixated on one. There's too much wrestling going on for you to be so hateful towards other people for what they like or what you don't understand why they don't like it. Like, there's too much wrestling to not enjoy. And I have a brother. My brother started me with wrestling, but we're different. Where I got into the writing and podcasting thing and started getting into those communities by accident, because I knew that those things existed. I didn't know how bad it was until like I really got into it. And then I was just like, something is wrong with all of y'all. Like, this is what y'all do all day. Like, y'all just gripe and moan about a match that happened and it was like 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Like, this is what you do. He doesn't get involved in all that. He's kind of like, when he watches wrestling, he watches it because he enjoys it. So it's kind of like a kid like joy. I'm just like, I'm like, bro, I am not watching that. Turned here. I'm not watching that. I've seen this.
I feel like because we're so deep into it now, to the point where it's like we enjoy it more when we're watching it. Because my sister she watched Clash in Paris with me, and she was like, she loved her some Roman Reigns. Like, she loved Roman Reigns. She loved the Usos. She loved anybody bloodline. That's her thing. That's her person. Like when they was whooping his ass, she was losing her shit, and I was just over there just dying, because I was just like, yeah, he's going to film a movie. Yep. But I didn't tell her that. I was like, he's going to film a movie.
Like, so even when I got,
he has to get killed.
Right. Like, even when I got really into the stuff, and I think my brother understands that there is dirt sheets. But I remember one time we had a conversation about, it was something on TV, and I was just like, and I was into the dirt sheets, and I was just like, this is what's going on. He's just like, don't tell me that. I don't care. I just watch it. Like, I don't care. I'm just gonna watch what he was trying to make me understand then is just like, I get it, you're into that, but you're about, because he explained to me, you're about to lose the fun in it. And a lot of times you do lose the fun, because it's like, if you're constantly in the know what's going to happen before you watch it, then when you watch it, you are already underwhelmed. You're already expecting it. You already don't care because you already know. And you already just kind of like deprogrammed yourself to not care about this particular thing. And then eventually you start not caring about the whole thing. And with wrestling, we were taught that it's a fantasy, an escape. It's, David versus Goliath. Like, I'm supposed to think a guy that's less than 200 pounds can body slam a dude that's 400 pounds. Like, I'm supposed to think this. This is what I'm taught in wrestling. I'm not supposed to sit there and be like, well, actually, analytically, logically. Like, I'm not supposed to question it. Like, I'm supposed to just go along with it. And
that's why you gotta laugh at it. Like,
yeah, it's funny.
Wrestling is not supposed to be serious.
No.
That's the reason why I be laughing at people who be like getting offended, like when like our truths or these people are in certain positions, and I'm like, it's supposed to be entertaining, right? Like, why does everything like you got me sound like the Joker out here? Why so serious?
Right. Like, and with our truth, it's like I'm gonna be honest with you. That man can go out here and get in a rocket ship and like get rid of Mars as a planet. I don't care. I ain't never going against that man because one thing about him, that brother has kept a job for years. Like, he has kept a job. I can't say we ever seen anything bad on him online ever. And then the sad thing is with him is that, like, I remember when he first debuted in the company as K-Quick and a tag team with Road Dogg, and they had that song "Everybody Get Rowdy," and it was just like, we don't need this. Like, there was a point where it was like, all right, I'm done with Road Dogg rapping. We gotta stop. Like, we've got to stop. You turn from there, then you turn on WCW, then there's No Limit Soldiers. It's just like, I really don't need all of this going on in my wrestling. But he became the first Black NWA World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, he's gotten to do a lot of things that a lot of people in this business can't say they ever got to do. And I mean, he's been with that company for so long.
Almost 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's been longer. I feel like he's been hiding there for a while. We just didn't know.
If you add the K-Quick run, it was longer. But if you add just strictly the return in 2008 until now, almost 20
he's
years.
been there for a while. So it's like, I can't. You will never get me go against him because it's like he's doing his job. Some people don't always want to be the center. Like, wrestling, you get in it to be the best, but it's like, I told somebody about this one time. Who was it? I think it was Cesaro. Like, when he was with WWE, or as some of y'all know, is Claudio Castagnoli. They were arguing about why wasn't Cesaro being pushed as the next World Heavyweight Champion and all this stuff, because he's so good. He was so great on the indies, blah, 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 and all those things and stuff, which I understood.
Right.
I understood. But it goes back to a lot of these guys that have been wrestling on the indies before they get signed. They've been wrestling for 10 plus years. They tired. They want the easy way. If they can take a couple bumps here and there, put this person, that person over. Some of them are satisfied with that. Especially if they feel like they're getting to that point in their career where it's like, I don't think I want to keep wrestling at this pace. A lot of guys know especially if they've been on the indies long enough, they already know that they're not going to be the main player everywhere. Some guys know that immediately. Like, I watched Nigel McGuinness say this in an interview recently where it was like, he's like, yeah, a lot of places I won titles, but a lot of places I worked at, I knew I was not going to be the main guy. They already chose their new guy. So when you see a lot of them get picked up and then they just like, hey, why not? Be in a tag team. Why not?
Make it work instead of complaining about it. Just let's just make it work.
Yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with that. I just feel like fans, we kind of have to, like, not all of us, but some of us have got to just accept that, some of us work with people that are older in real life. If Joanne has been working here for 30 years and Joanne is completely fine doing her same job she's been doing for 30 years, why am I going to bother Joanne about her doing the same job and still being here for 30 years? I'm going to leave that woman alone. Her bills is paid.
She's close to retirement.
Okay. Joanne let us know every day she thinking about retiring. Let her be.
Oh man, yeah, that remind me of this OG that I used to work with. That he was like, I only work part time. I'm not working full time ever again because I'm already retired. Like I'm just here because I'm bored. I'm like, I respect it, bro. I respect it. Now before we get up out of here, what song you feeling that's moving you this week? any song. Because for me, we talking about Athena, her theme song has been
you
moving
be
me
blasting her
in the
theme
gym
song?
lately. Yeah, low key. Yeah, like I'm like, yo, this song is kind of. I started the Stairmaster last week, and I'm
Oh
like,
Lord, not the
I put that thing on,
Stairmaster.
I'm like, oh, 20 minutes went by. 20 minutes went by like that. I'm like, because you once the beat draw, you like,
Like it
all
just
right.
keeps
I don't
going.
know what they saying, but yeah, all right.
Nah, you just like, I'm just going with it. Even though I don't understand what's happening here. I'm just gonna go with it. It goes with the beat.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
me, my music tastes fluctuate day to day. Because I've been on a whole quiet storm kick. I don't know, maybe it's my old age setting in. I had made my own quiet storm mix. Let me live. Um, but I've also been really listening to Nas's last albums. The last three he's put out. I don't know, maybe because Jim Jones has recently pissed me off. Because how you come out here and say that, and then Flavia Foreign, like, that baby is just dumb. So maybe that's it. But I've also been listening to the clips. But one song I've been playing a lot recently, because I've gone back and recently listened to the Infamous album, is The Learning by Mobb Deep. It's something about that beat. It's just, they always had good production, but it's just something about when that beat drops. It's just smooth. It just goes. And yeah, I've been really into my old man rap and in the clips, you know, right there with Quiet Storm. I don't know what's going on. I gotta laugh.
Nah, I feel that.
Yeah.
So, like, hey, sometimes you feeling what you feel like. Shit. Like, I go all over the place. Sometimes I go from freaking what's his
Christian
name,
rap.
Marvin Gaye or Luther Vandross to fucking Plush for Athena. Like, my music taste is all over the place. Sometimes I'll throw in Metalingus in there. Like, you never know. But nah, I feel that.
Not Metalingus.
But yeah, on the stage,
That dude
that's the
was
only thing.
screaming
That's the only
every
good thing
song
I
like,
like about Edge. Because his themes, I love hearing. That's the only reason why I like Edge coming out there. Because I'm like, I get to hear this theme song a lot. But
it's a good theme
before we
song.
get up out of here,
It is.
I'm going too fast. Before we get up out of here, though, what you got coming up, and where can good people find you?
Well, I mean, I can be found at my Twitter or X, whatever y'all want to call it nowadays, because I don't
Twitter.
know. Y'all got to figure out what y'all want to call it, because Auntie ain't got time. I don't have time. Like, every day y'all change it. Like, just let me know what it is. It's at Saya my name, which is SEIYA my name. That's where I'm at on X. That's where I'm at on Blue Sky. Blue Sky, I don't hop on there much. Recently opened up the app. It is super political over there. I'm just like, oh Lord, no. This was supposed to be a peaceful place.
Like, how did we get here?
Like, how did we get here? Like, y'all, I left this app for 2 days. Y'all just changed the whole mood, but that's where I can be found at. I'm planning on putting out another Rainbows Roundup this week at some point. Possibly be up tomorrow at some point because I'm working like crazy. And I base them around my work schedule because it's hard for me doing week to week, especially when I either pick up overtime or like I just live my life. And this after December, this is my last year, like effectively. I will be out the game for real. Y'all won't see me, dead ass. Like I'm done. But yeah, definitely, find me on Twitter, hit the link in the bio. I even put up a article with Black Wrestling Podcast. I'm gonna say about a month ago on Black Joshis. If you want to see that article, I'll find a link, send it to you. Either way, that's where you can find me. But I'm retired until
She's retired until I annoy her, and then she's like, "All right, give me a mic." That's all I got to say. Goodbye.
I only come out of always say I only come out of retirement for people I like. So.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
I know.
That's for those who don't know. That's literally our. Yeah, this is honestly for those who don't know. This is literally our friendship. Like we literally just make snarky comments, and it's like it's out of love and respect and appreciation. Mm-hmm. I forgot how we were introduced to each other, but it just clicked like
probably Spaces. I had no idea.
It just
there is times where people be like,
it just clicked.
We met this way. I'm like, that's how.
Mm-hmm. Oh, word! Like you know, I'm bad with that type of stuff. But okay, I'll take your word for it. Love it. I'll take your word for it. But nah, that's just how we are. It's family out here. But nevertheless, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of the Gresh and Lee's podcast. Maybe Jermaine will be back next week. Maybe Highlight will be back next week. We will see. They keep falling asleep. It's okay. We're all getting old. Yeah, we always get, but nah. Jermaine had an appointment. Jermaine had a late appointment. He couldn't make it this week, but he definitely try his best to be here next week as well. Will I as well? With that being said, make sure you guys stay locked in, stay tapped in. If you want to tune in to some more content, make sure you tune into the Public Enemies podcast this coming Thursday, 7:20 Eastern Standard Time. That's where yours truly, Graham, CJ, Ben, sometimes Cujo, we'll be chopping it up to talk about whatever else we don't talk about here. Talk about it over there because, hey, that's what we do. But with that being said, make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast and make sure you guys stay safe out here in these streets. Literally stay safe because I'm watching these Netflix documentaries and it's like people are weird, even your own family. But make sure you always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out. Y'all be crazy.
To all those people who think black people are envious and lazy and jealous, they never factor in how much black people really and truly don't give a fuck about what you got going on. You really think somebody is out here worried about your little fucking BMW? Man, fuck you. And everybody who looks like you. 99% of black people don't give a shit about everybody else.
That's a fact.